Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about the new Transporter. Lots of information has come out, reference it. We can see it in the flesh now, as we've seen from on there as well. But lots of people have been phoning up asking, had lots of questions for it, so we thought we'd do a quick video today, show you what we know, what we've seen, give our thoughts on the new Transporter, etc. from in there as well. First off, before we start with anything else, if you haven't checked out any of the other videos that have been done on this and been to see it, unfortunately I haven't seen the vehicle. I've not actually been able to, I couldn't get out to Germany to look at it hands-on that's in there, so I haven't actually seen it in the flesh. I'll be honest, when I first saw some of the pictures that came out, and I have seen a mock-up, a concept to this actually about probably 2 years ago now, when we went to do a launch for the Multivan. We did see some things of this, and it's very, very similar to what I remember we saw all the way back then. So, you know, that was quite a long time ago in the concept, and it's come all the way through. Really excited to see this vehicle actually in the flesh, because I've seen some photos of it, etc. So, oh yeah, it's what I'm warming to it. That's there. I've seen some videos, some YouTubers who've been out there, who've covered it quite extensively while they've been there as well. But it's very impressive, I think, when you actually see it in the video rather than in the stills, which is quite a strange thing. I didn't think would be such a difference, but it's hugely grown on me. I keep watching the video. I've watched the video I think 3 times now to try and just get an idea of the vehicle as well, and other people's ones as well, and very, very exciting. Lots of good things to come on there. Now, as I'm sure everybody will say, they'll put it in the comments box below, this is a partnership, this vehicle, with Ford, so it shares the same, a lot of the same characteristics as the Ford as well, but in very different ways as well, though, between the vehicles. So if we have a look at the partnership with Ford that already exists, that we had a vehicle of, the one that we can look at directly is the Amarok and the Ranger, because we've got those vehicles physically on the road at the moment. I think this partnership, and I might get criticised for this, I think this partnership works very, very well for Volkswagen. I think it really, really does, because it allows us to produce these vehicles still, so you can still have them, because without that partnership, the economies of scale, I don't think really the vehicle would actually might not even exist in the format of which they are. And it brings two big giants together, very different in what they're trying to do, and the vehicles are very different. If you look at the Ranger and the Amarok, there are some very fundamental differences between those, and you can see the designers where they've had different input from there as well. The new Transporter is no different, so obviously a lot of the things that people are talking about with the design that's in there and the cockpit and the feel of this vehicle, it's very, very much a Volkswagen vehicle, which is why I can't wait to get my hands on it, actually have a sit in it, and feel that how the plastics are and things like that, which is inside the vehicle. So loads of good stuff about this. So this is the new Transporter, and I will keep saying that. I'm going to get my mind around it, because when we talk about the T7, that's the Multivan, and it was made quite clear when they were doing this that this isn't the T7, this is the Transporter. This is the new Transporter that's in that variation, and the Multivan, the T7, obviously is the new California, the Multivan range, which is a different vehicle entirely. And the vehicle is now open for ordering, so you can order these as factory orders that are coming through. There's quite some stock coming through as well. The first vehicles are due to arrive with us around the March time. I'm going to go and actually see it in the flesh in about a month's time, and get to do some driving, etc. that's on there. And then not long after that, we're probably going to start to see the first ones actually come to us here at the dealership, and get into those out, and we'll do lots of videos that's on them. I thought you'd just very quickly run through what you can get as far as a different model lineup, and what's available, and probably what's coming a little bit later on as well. So the new Transporter is going to be available in a short and a long wheelbase, so no different to the 6.1 that comes out. So the first one that's been launched is the actual panel van version. So this is available in a short and a long wheelbase version. The model lineup starts with the Commerce, so that's the standard one. So previously this was known as Startline. They were moved on to Commerce Plus, which was the old Trendline, for example, that's on there. And then we've got Commerce Pro, which is the high line, and that's the flagship one, the top of the range one. Currently this on here, so that's one that you get things like alloy wheels with, etc. And they've all got a different degree of things, but things to highlight with this is you get air conditioning as standard on all models, which is great. And then as you move up that product range, then you're adding things like, for example, colour-coded bumpers onwards on the Commerce Plus and the Pro, and then lots of other tech that goes in there as well. parking sensors, things like that. You know, the list goes on and on. Today, we're not going to go through the spec list because it's too big. It'll take us too long to go through. Today, just about pointing out that it is available to order and it's on the panel van, which is what's open for ordering to start with. Now, coming after the panel van will be the Shuttle. So that will be the up to 9 seats version that's on there, 8-9 seats. Again, we're still waiting for all the details of that to actually come out, but that's going to be the next one that's available to order. And then after that, then we're going to be looking at things like, for example, the Kombi Shuttle. The Shuttle is going to be available to order from March, as is the Kombi. So they're going to be open for ordering at the same time, those two vehicles, but there is going to be a difference on delivery day. So we're going to open them for the same time to order them, but the Shuttle is going to arrive and then the Kombi will probably arrive 3 months or so after that. So there's like a staggered of when they're actually going to arrive and come in from the factory, but they are going to be available to order all at the same time. And then there's different engine lineups as well, which is really interesting on these as well. So across the whole lineup, so we've got ICE vehicles, so that's internal combustion engine, for those that we do like our acronyms that's here. And then obviously we've got our BEV, which is the battery electric vehicles. So those are the two different variations. So basically we've got diesel and we've got electric. Nice and easy to work out, but different power ranges within each of those. So they're coming out all at the same time. So panel van, as I said, that's the first out now, and you can get that in diesel and in electric. You can order from those going forward. In March, we're going to have the Shuttle is going to join that, and the Kombi, again in the same combinations that's there. But as I said, they're going to arrive, those vehicles, the Shuttle is going to arrive a lot quicker. That's probably going to be sometime midsummer, and then later on for the Kombi towards September, possibly October time, was when I see the majority of those arriving. And then obviously then finally that's in there as well, we've got the plug-in hybrid. So that's going to come later on in the year for that open for ordering as well. But the important thing is we're going to have the diesel vans that are out there, and we're going to have the electric version as well, which I'm looking forward to seeing and driving that, which we're going to be doing that quite shortly, fingers crossed it's on there as well. And that's that new technology moving forward. From the pictures, the brochures, etc., you can download them now. It looks great. There's lots of content out there from when it was actually launched over in Germany, so you can check those out and see what they're like from there. Obviously we'll bring you lots of content once we get our hands actually physically on one, and to show you all the good things that's coming with it. A couple of key things referenced to the new Transporter. One, there will be no campervan version. So the California obviously is on the T7 platform, which we've seen, and the new California is now out. There won't be a California based on the new Transporter. However, I do believe there is going to be a Sportline version. We've had the Sportline in the past on the T6.1, and I believe the new Transporter will eventually have a Sportline as well. I would imagine that'll be quite far into the future. That's it for today. So basically just a quick update to let you know the new Transporter is now available to order, so you can have a look at brochures and things like that and get to grips with it. As I said, we're going to be going and having a look at it in about a month's time now, and then obviously vehicles arriving with us in March. And once that happens, we can get a lot more content out to you about what that vehicle's like, how it drives, what all the options are you can get with it as well. Because I know there'll be plenty of you out there who don't want a California because you want to have a conversion, for example, instead, and you'll probably be looking at that vehicle very closely. So I can confirm it does have a tailgate as an option as well. I've seen some nice options for you converting it to a camper as well, in fairness as well, but we're doing a separate video on that when we get nearer to the launch day for it actually arriving on site. So if you want to see more about this, more about the new Transporter or California in general that we have on there, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.